story of survival, please welcome our Light the Night corporate walk chair from PwC, Dan Ryan.
Thank you very much, Mark, and thank you all for coming out tonight. I'm very honored to be named the Corporate Walk Chair for 2018 for Light the Night, and I'm so grateful that so many of my clients, friends, and colleagues are here and participating with us. But as Mark mentioned, this is more than just kind of a corporate charity event for me. A little over a year ago, I was diagnosed simultaneously with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma and then also brain cancer. Now, right before that, I had just gotten my annual physical. I thought I was the healthiest guy in the world. I ran 3 marathons. I regularly got up at 5:30 in the morning to work out. Folks typically describe me as indestructible in terms of where I stood in terms of my health. So the news came as a complete shock in terms of where that played forth to me. As one of my closest friends likes to say, I was hit by lightning twice in the same week. But I'm happy to say that after neurosurgery, 6 months of chemo, several rounds of physical therapy, I'm in remission on the Hodgkin's. Unfortunately, I've still got a brain tumor, but it's hopefully that's a long battle as we move forward. And I'm here in front of you tonight to lead the charge for Light the Night. Really excited. So as I look back on the last year, it obviously was a very difficult year, and my prognosis as I go forward is a bit uncertain. But, you know, I've really come, you know, with my battle with cancer to realize that I'm truly blessed. And most recently, I've stopped worrying about, you know, how and when my life might end, whether it's the brain tumor or the lymphoma that ultimately will do me in, and start to focus much more on how I'm going to live the rest of my life, despite the fact of how long that might be. My neuro-oncologist at Sloan Kettering, you know, when I go to talk to her about the situation with my brain tumor, she always says to me, "I don't have any answers for you. Live your life, Mr. Ryan." So that was a quite unsettling and unsatisfying answer for a long period of time. But, you know, the more I went through this cancer journey, I suddenly realized that that really was the answer. And I took her advice and I started living my life. So throughout my fighting over the past year, I did my best to keep a regular work schedule at PwC, and they were very supportive about allowing me to kind of work through my fight. Work gave me a sense of purpose, accomplishment. It's kind of who I am. And if you're on Twitter, I'm Dan Ryan Wall Street. You can go kind of follow me right now. So work was very important to me. So my ability to keep working, connect with my team, was critical to my recovery. You know, chemo days were Tuesdays. So every Tuesday, the family, friends, everyone come in, meet me for lunch, and then we go off for 4 to 5 hours of chemo. And you know what? Cancer didn't stop me from being, you know, a dad, a father, an uncle, a sister, brother. You know, life went on, and if anything, our chemo days became really fun family reunions. I grew closer to my family as I went through that process. Lastly, I spent more time with my wife. You know, and I want to shout out to all the caregivers out there. Where are you? As tough as my last year was, I gotta tell you, my wife's was even tougher. So, you know, I've been in love with her for 29 years, but the last year is really where the rubber hits the road. And so, you know, our vows that we gave 29 years ago really got stronger over the past year, you know, as we went through the cancer battle. So, you know, while the last year was tough, I really did look back at it and say, I'm blessed. I have a great job. I have a wonderful family. I have lots of friends and folks who support me. But you know what? Like, that wasn't enough. I really wasn't doing enough to help others. I wasn't doing enough to give back. And lo and behold, I was blessed to be introduced to LLS. Once I met the team at LLS, it was immediate. I decided I want to step in and I want to help. And to date, the LLS team is now like my extended family and my extended team at PwC. So a quick shout out to Kimberly, Mara, Claire and Tyler. They're like my extended family and team, and I've loved every minute that I've spent over the 6 months in trying to make this work. So, when I look back at the last 6 months, while cancer has affected me in many different ways, it's actually made my life better. And I'm really thrilled to kind of continue the process. Each day we wake up and we all make decisions about what we're going to do with our time. Whether we spend it on ourselves, whether we spend it with family, whether we go to work. And sometimes we get up and we decide we're going to help other people. And tonight is just one of those nights. So I'm thrilled that you all are here tonight because you've decided that you want to help others. So give yourselves a big round of applause for kind of what you guys are doing. Because if people like you weren't here, I wouldn't be standing here in front of you today with only a year of treatments and the like under my belt. Too often when we talk about cancer, the terms cure and fight are kind of mutually independent. We either get cured or we fight, and the fight usually ends in a losing battle. I'm happy with all the work that I've done with LLS, though, that I've learned that this is a journey. And so my new phrase is no longer cure or fight, it's fight until cured. So my personal battle with cancer will hopefully be a long one. And I've got my family coming up on stage right now. The doctors tell me I may never be cured. But once again, I'm stopped praying for the cure and I'm going to live for the fight. So to quote LLS's CEO, Lou DiGiorno, there's never a good time to get cancer, but it's a phenomenal time to be fighting cancer. I thank you all for joining me and everyone here tonight, all the survivors in terms of our fight. And I know with your support, we're going to win. Thank you.